the most important thing, we are not aware of that the world, everything has been created by God. I am not saying created, has been created. God is still creating the world, but we are not aware of this phenomenon because of a lot of problems with our in the politics and economics problems and the impact of colonization. Thank you. It's my pleasure to be with you, to talk to you on a very important issue. My name, as you pronounced very well, is a very well-known name. It's Ibrahim Özdemir. I'm a professor of philosophy at the Üsküdar University in Istanbul, Turkey. There was no school in my village, no even mosque, and I had to go to next village for my primary education every day, 2 miles, and in return 2 miles and 4 miles. As a village boy, the eve of and wonder of nature always attracted my curiosity. Since then, I have been a keen reader of the book of nature, trying to understand the human-nature relationship in the sense of what the Norwegian philosopher Arne Næss said, deep ecology.
So none of them, so any other dignitary or any other professional person that you met in those times from the Muslim world, any leaders, any who were interested in the future of environment or climate? I'm aware of that you're going to a conference, a summit in Oslo. Is that relevant to our current topic, and how important it is for you to go, and what are you going to do? And how can we approach environmental problems?
First, this is a very important question. First, we have to understand what is environment. In Islam, everything in the universe is created by God, by Allah. And it is God who adorns the skies with the sun, the moon, the stars. We have to keep in mind this. It is not something we can buy with money.
Yep,
it is something is given. It is given to us. It is given to us. It is presented to us. Just remember the first verses of the Quran. When you open the Quran, it is Surah Al-Fatiha. Yes. It is opening chapter. It says, "In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate." All praise to be God, the sustainer of all the worlds. That's it. Yes. This is my environment. Yes. This is why I understand with environment. When I look at the classical books on physics, on chemistry, on sciences, on philosophy, I just can see the Muslim perception, the Muslim scholars' perception of nature is like this,
Yes.
The nature, the universe has been created by Allah and given to us to protect, to use it, and also to protect it.
Yes.
Then there's some limits when we are using these natural resources. Just remember, when you are taking ablution for prayer,
yes,
you can't overuse water.
Yes.
Even for prayer.
Yes.
So this is your water.
Mm-hmm.
But it means if you are not the owner of the water, and there's an ecosystem, and you can use the water, but you can't overuse it.
Yeah. So we have to be conscious in using the water also. Yeah.
If there was a water pollution, we can't drink water. If there's air pollution, you see, just the coronavirus, from China.
Yes.
Showed us, teach us how we are interconnected.
Yes.
We are on the same boat.
Yes.
Nobody is safe.
Yes.
So, why we are not thinking in the same way about environmental problems?
Yes. Is overconsumption the critical environmental challenge, as you had mentioned in your one of your articles, I think?
Yeah.
What do you mean by overconsumption? All right. My last question, which I ask everyone, what lights you up?